let me tell you something, Pack Nation. So, Brian Gutekunst gets up at his little podium after that playoff disaster. You know what he says? I expect all these guys that are under contract to be back. All these guys? Brother, we are sitting here $4 million over the salary cap, no first-round pick, holes at cornerback, holes at defensive tackle. And this man is talking about bringing everybody back like we are hosting a family reunion. No. You know what we are doing today? We are getting the scissors out. We are cutting Rashawn Gary. We are cutting Elgin Jenkins. We are cutting everybody who is eating cap space like it is an all-you-can-eat buffet at the Golden Corral on a Sunday afternoon. No mercy, no sentimentality. Cut them. Let me start with Rashawn Gary. Listen to me. $28 million. That is his cap hit for 2026. $28 million. Only Jordan Love has a higher number on this roster. And what did we get for that $28 million last year? You ready? 7.5 sacks. And here's the beautiful part. Stay with me here. All of those sacks came in the first 7 games. Every single one. The last 9 games of the regular season, 0 sacks. 0 tackles for loss. The playoff game against Chicago, where we blew an 18-point lead, nothing. This man was getting paid like a perennial All-Pro, and he went completely invisible for the second half of the season. Am I crazy? Tell me I am crazy. This reminds me of my buddy Donnie, who used to plow driveways up on Frenchtown Road. Big storm hits in November. Donnie is out there at 4 a.m, plowing every driveway on the block, charging $40 a pop, making a killing. Everybody loved Donnie. Best plow guy in Marinette County. Then December hits. January, February. The snow keeps coming, and Donnie is where? Nowhere. You call his phone, straight to voicemail. His truck is parked in his garage, and he is watching television. 1 big month, and then he vanished. That is Rashawn Gary. Hot start, then gone. Donnie with a helmet on. You understand me? And Gutekunst is up there saying he was impactful towards the second half of the season. Impactful? He had 0 sacks in the last 10 games, including the playoffs. What kind of impact is that? That is the impact of a pillow hitting a mattress. That is nothing. We drafted this man 12th overall in 2019. That is 7 seasons ago. His career high in sacks is 9.5. In 7 years, he has never hit double digits, not once. And we gave him $96 million. $96 million for a guy who disappears in the second half like he has got a curfew. Now, here's what gets me fired up. You cut Gary before June 1st, you save about $11 million. You do the post-June 1st designation, you save closer to $19.5 million, but you do not get that money right away when free agency opens. Either way, you are eating dead money. And some people say, oh, we cannot cut him because Micah Parsons tore his ACL and might miss a few weeks. Listen to me. We have Lucas Van Ness. We have Barron Sorrell from the draft. We have Colin Oliver. You are telling me we cannot survive a few weeks without a guy who has 0 sacks in the last 10 games anyway? Now, let us talk about Elgin Jenkins, because this one makes my blood pressure go through the roof, and my wife is already concerned about that. She walked into the living room last Tuesday, and I am sitting there with 3 browser tabs open on overthecap.com doing salary cap math before breakfast. She goes, "Are you okay?" No, I am not okay. I am a grown man in Peshtigo, Wisconsin, doing advanced mathematics at 6 in the morning because the Green Bay Packers are paying a center $24.3 million against the cap. $24.3 million for a center. You know who else plays center in the NFL? Creed Humphrey in Kansas City, widely considered the best center in football, multiple All-Pro selections. His cap hit next year, about $18 million. Jenkins is making $6 million more than the best center in the league, and he might not even be the best center on his own team. Sean Ryan is sitting right there. PFF ranked Jenkins 20th among centers last year. 20th. And his run blocking grade was 25th out of 34. You are paying top of the market money for a guy who grades out in the bottom third of the league at his position. And it gets worse. Oh, it gets worse. He is turning 31 in December. He fractured his fibula in Week 10 against the Eagles, and his season was over. He held out parts of the offseason program because he wanted more money after they moved him to center. More money. The audacity you want to raise after they moved you to a new position and you graded out 20th in the league. That is like my neighbor Terry asking for a promotion after his boss caught him sleeping in the break room. Terry worked at the paper mill for 11 years, right? Solid guy, never complained. They moved him to quality control, and within 3 months, he is napping next to the coffee machine at 2 in the afternoon. His boss walks in. Terry has got his feet up on a chair, mouth wide open, snoring. And you know what Terry says when they wake him up? I think I deserve a supervisory role. That is Elton Jenkins. You understand me? Same energy. Moved to a new spot, did not excel, got hurt, and somehow we are supposed to feel bad about cutting him. No. No, sir. Bill Huber at Sports Illustrated said there is almost a 0% chance Jenkins comes back. 0. And I agree with him. Cut him. You free up $19.5 million in cap space with only $4.8 million in dead money. That is the cleanest cut on the entire roster. Now here is where it all comes together, and this is what nobody is talking about. Are you hearing this? You cut Gary, you cut Jenkins. Combined, that is roughly $30.5 million freed up. $30 million. And we need every single penny because this roster has holes, Pack Nation. We need cornerbacks, plural, not one, multiple cornerbacks, because Keyshawn Nixon is not a number one corner. I do not care how many kicks he has returned. We need a starting defensive tackle. We might need offensive line help depending on what happens with Sean Ryan in free agency. We do not have a first-round draft pick because we sent it to Dallas for Parsons, which I am fine with, by the way. Love that trade. But it means free agency is our draft this year. And some of you are sitting there going, but Big Sal, what about the dead money? What about the sentimentality? Gary has been here since 2019. Jenkins was a second-round pick. These are homegrown guys. Listen to me. I love what these guys did for this franchise. Jenkins made 2 Pro Bowls. Gary had some really good seasons before the ACL tear. But this is not a charity. This is not a neighborhood potluck where everybody gets a plate. This is professional football, and we are trying to win a Super Bowl. I am going to tell you something that might sting a little bit. The Packers went 9-8-1 last year. 9-8-1. We blew an 18-point lead in the playoffs to the Chicago Bears. The Bears! We let Caleb Williams march down the field in the fourth quarter like we were not even there. And Brandon McManus missed both field goals and an extra point in that game. We are not in a position to be sentimental about anybody. You are either part of the solution or you are part of the cap problem. And right now, Gary and Jenkins are the two biggest cap problems on this roster. You know what $30 million in free agency gets you? A real number one cornerback. A three-technique defensive tackle who can actually push the pocket. Maybe a veteran offensive lineman who does not need to learn a new position on the job. Impact players, difference makers, guys who show up in December and January, not just September and October. And I know some of you think I am being heartless. My daughter told me the other day, Dad, you talk about cutting football players like you are firing people from a restaurant. And she is 11, and she is probably right. But you know what? Restaurants that keep underperforming staff go out of business. And football teams that keep overpaying declining veterans miss the playoffs. Or worse, they make the playoffs and blow an 18-point lead because the roster was not good enough. Cut them. Cut Gary, cut Jenkins, take the dead money, swallow it like cold medicine. It tastes terrible for 1 year, and then you are healthy. Use every penny to go get impact players who are going to help Jordan Love and Micah Parsons compete for a championship. That is the mission. Not protecting feelings, not honoring past performance. Winning. I am telling you right now, Pack Nation, Brian Gutekunst knows what he has to do. Russ Ball knows the math. The question is whether they have the guts to do it before March 11th when free agency opens so we can actually go shopping with that money instead of standing outside the store with our pockets turned inside out. So smash that subscribe button. Drop a comment. Tell me I am wrong. Tell me I am right. I do not care. Just get loud because this is our team and we deserve a roster that is built to win, not built to honor old contracts. This is Big Sal out of Peshtigo, and I have not even had my coffee yet. God help everybody around me today. Go, Pack, go.